What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And with the release of Fast and Furious presents Hobbs Shaw hitting theaters this weekend, I thought this would be the perfect time to stop and review every single Fast and Furious movie leading up to Hobbs and Shaw. So, but anyway, if you're wondering why it's been so long since I last uploaded, that's because I've kind of taken a little break from filming so that I could come up with a plan for the week. So now that I officially have a plan, I'm reviewing the Fast and Furious movies, and July 2019 haul and ranking coming in a few days. And by the way, I haven't forgot about The Lion King yet. I'm still working on that Jon Favreau ranking. It's in editing right now, and I might be ranking the Renaissance movies as well as the Disney live action. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get into this video and let's talk about the original Fast and Furious. Positives, and easily the best thing about this movie is Vin Diesel in the role as the main character. I can never remember their names, and in some movies, yes, I can remember their names, but when it comes to the Fast and Furious, I never remember their names, so I'm just gonna, yeah. But Vin Diesel in this movie is amazing, and he's the best thing about this movie. His character, his character works so wellly. I also love that whole dynamic about him. Winning is winning, and then he goes Ryan. I think his name is Ryan, the guy with blonde hair. But they kind of sort of team up, and I love the way they mix this with at the beginning. They make it kind of a drag race movie, so you kind of think, oh, this is a drag race movie. But halfway through, you kind of get into this heist mix, which takes the movie in a completely different direction. Then by the end, you have this full drag race heist kind of like robbery film, and it's so good. There are negatives and there are mixed elements, but I find it really good. And for me, those are the positives. I think just the way they set up with Vin Diesel's character and Ryan. I'm just gonna call him Ryan. I don't know his real name. That might be it. I love the whole kind of like best friend or some best kind of. They kind of throw in a friend dynamic between them. And eventually he goes and helps him with the heist. By the end, it kind of leaves off on a cliffhanger, setting up to the next movie, which I love. And evidently the next two movies were cheapquels, cash grabs, and we didn't get to see Vin Diesel in this storyline again until Fast and Furious 2009, which we'll get to that in a few more reviews. But those are the positives. I think the way they just set up between their characters as well as the mix between drag race and heist movie works so well. Now let's go ahead and get into the mixed dynamics. And the mixed for me is that the fact that there's not really any particular plot line they're focusing on. They're kind of just like jumping back and forth. I really don't appreciate that. I think, how about let's focus on one plot line, then after a while we can kind of mix through these plot lines. That's what I wanted to see in this movie. They kind of just keep jumping and jumping through it, so there's not really any character you're rooting for, as well as the characters, other than Ryan and Vin Diesel, the characters aren't really, you don't really feel any emotion towards them. You don't really like them, to be honest. They're just, sometimes you even get mad at the characters. But yeah, those are the mixed elements. Now let's jump into the negatives. And the negatives is that just because I like the way they mix it with drag race and heist, that's also in the negatives, because I feel like there's a bit too many plot lines. Now yes, I do like the idea you can have a drag race movie with Vin Diesel in his awesome race car, but then they try to take it and make Vin Diesel kind of like an agent or like a villain trying to steal this stuff. And maybe if we could have put them, like maybe if we could have just set it up and built it in a little bit better, it would have worked. They kind of just jump from plot line to plot line, which doesn't really work very well. Bottom line, I really love this movie and it works so welly. So for me, this is one of those movies kind of like The Lion King, one that I really enjoy that a lot of people don't like. But for me, my final score. So first up, we got IMDb giving it a 6.8 out of 10. Next up, we got Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 53%. Then after that, we got Metacritic giving it a 58%. My rating for this movie is an 85%, which makes this a good movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Also, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or are you just in between? Love to get you guys' thoughts. Anyway, this has been a fun ride, but now it is time to take a look at the second film in the Fast and Furious franchise and review Too Fast, Too Furious. Uploading tomorrow. This is the second film in the race to Hobbs and Shaw. Thanks for watching, and peace out.